Good morning, Pisces. Good morning, Dream Weavers. I think I may have gotten my camera set. Hopefully, it's not a still frame today. Only being of the highest light are welcome. Um, I hope you are all having a blessed day. I am here for a quick reading for you. I've already pulled some oracle cards, and I have some energy pulled for you this morning, and I also have a channeled message. So, um, as I was laying down to go to sleep last night, I was looking at. I had this vision of um a snake in the bed. And it's really interesting because right after that, I heard "Till Death Do Us Part." So, and you know that snakes can both represent positive and negative energy. But in this instance, I got the message. What came to mind was, I think there was an actual story that I saw a long time ago on YouTube where this woman owned a snake, and the snake was crawling into bed next to her and it was sleeping with her, and it had stopped eating. And this snake was in the bed with her, and every night the snake would get in bed with her, and the snake was not eating, but the snake was getting longer. So they say that snakes will size you up. Snakes will size you up, will size their prey up to get ready to eat them. And so basically, what was happening is the snake was sizing her up. So I think this is kind of a warning for you as you're stepping into this next version of yourself, that there are snakes in the background, right? That don't mean you well. But the other part that I got about that, and we all know this, but sometimes the snakes can be closer to us than we think. Sometimes there are those people that we're close to at work, or those family members or friends that we think are on our side, and they see your light, and they're sizing you up so they can strike at a later time. I remember I had um, a gentleman at work that I worked with that would do this. And so in personal conversations, this is just for an example, this is not about me, but this is just for example, at work, he would um, he would always be apologetic, and sometimes he was very direct, to the point of being rude. I don't mind being direct. I'm a very direct person, so I appreciate directness, but to the point of like sabotaging like what I was doing. And almost, I was working on a project and he was supposed to help for a little bit of clarity for you, and he was going against what I was supposed to do on the project and telling me that he didn't care, that this is what he thought, that the way it was supposed to be done, when I had already discussed this with an upper manager and I knew that's not how it was supposed to be done. But he was trying to get me to present it in a way that would probably put me in a bad light, right, for not doing my research, which I had done. And so, I mean, we have to be careful. We have to be aware of things like that. And then he would, like, when he realized he couldn't do that, then it became more open. And in meetings and things like that, like, he would try to call me out in meetings. So I was always aware and on my toes, right? So what I'm saying is to be aware, right? Like, if you live with a snake and that snake could be sizing you up. And also the next thing that I wanted to bring up about this is that snakes can also be a symbol of health and transformation. You know, I did hear "Till Death Do Us Part." And so, well, before I go into the transformation part of this message, I want to remind you that, you know, if you some of you may are having a lot of new beginnings. You're considering new beginnings, new relationships, you know, having children, having, you know, you're creating things. You're using you're really stepping into that feminine energy right now, and people feel that, right? People, and you're in a balanced feminine energy where you know when to pull out your masculine and your feminine. So people are really feeling that about you. And um the one thing about till death do us part, right, especially in times like these that we're going through right now, is that it can become so much more expensive to tie yourself down to someone that's not for you, right? I mean, divorce right now is I don't know how much a divorce court costs right now, but it could cost up to upwards of $15,000 to get a divorce, if not more, depending on how the other person, how you decide to go about it. And if the person's just being a snake, honestly, this could lead to a lot of problems. So this is just a kind of like a warning for you to be aware that as you're elevating, that there could be snakes in the background, there could be snakes in the garden, right? And but the other part is the transformation part of the snake, right? When you see a snake, or when a snake sheds its skin, and I feel that's a lot of you, that's what you're doing now. You're shedding your skin, you're becoming this new person, and you're stepping into your, and the energy for this reading is the Ten of Pentacles. Look, it's the Ten of Pentacles for you. And this is generational wealth. This is you creating an empire, leaving. Look at you looking at the tower, like where there's a tower back here, right? I don't know if I ever noticed that before, but normally the tower is crumbling, and it's not. Like, your tower is no longer crumbling. I think if your tower crumbles now, it's because you realize that something's not for you, and it's a good tower because you're making the decision to bring down the tower. So here we don't see a tower on fire, right? We don't see a tower um, falling apart, right? With the bricks and stones, you see a lot of greenery. You see dogs, cats, you see you see different generations here. You see it looks like an old gentleman with a wife and a husband maybe here with their child, right? So there's three generations here in this photo. And so it's like this, you are now the one that's imparting wisdom onto the generations after you. You've done the work, and so you've cleared a lot of generational trauma, so that those that are coming after you can enjoy the fruits of your labor and continue in your footsteps. And I think this is amazing. Um, right, and especially because when that fell out too, we have here the I'm going to get into the oracle cards, but we have here the Five of Swords. Like, there came a point where you just said, look, I don't want to do this anymore. That's it. I'm not This is not serving me. I don't want to control things. You laid down your sword, and then you walked away, and you said, hey, you know what, take all the swords. I'm going to go figure this out myself. And you did exactly that, right? So, um, Spirit says this is to be rewarded. That's why you're being rewarded with this Ten of Pentacles, the generational wealth, the happiness. The people will be coming to you now, right? You walked away from chaos, but now people um, will be coming to you now for advice. They will be seeking your knowledge, so that they can continue to generate this type of generational wealth in their life, and for the generations that they're leaving behind, right? Because here's this little child right here, just innocent, right? They don't know what's to come yet. This child is completely unaware. And here are the dogs, right? You have the dogs. Your dogs are very loyal. So he has a lot of at this point in your life, like you're finding a lot of loyalty in your life. You're bringing in a lot of people in your life that are loyal, that who may not have been, where you didn't have that before. So let's get into the oracle cards right now. I have Atlantis, and this card says, keep the big vision, stay in alignment as you grow. Deep sea diving, way of the mystic, learn through experiencing and depths. The water oracle, psychic abilities, acting on visions, it's destined. And this card came out for you before. Thank you. Gratitude, appreciating what's sustaining you. Gentle force, consistency, persistence, patience, the long game. This reminds me of temperance. Bounteous, this came out for you before. Generously given, relationships and coming together. Cosmic ocean, current dreams, future realities, new beginnings. I'm feeling this new timeline for you. And into the unknown, underworld, depth, courage, facing your fears. Okay. So the energy here is that, and then, oh, at the bottom here, let's not forget ancient wisdom. This is your generational wealth coming in. Intelligence is within you. So you have downloads, codes, and things that you are accessing now, that you've learned all the lessons that you needed to do. You are no longer engaging in conflict. You are walking away from anything that doesn't serve you. You are no longer letting people draw you into conflict and chaos. And so there's a lot of ancient wisdom that's coming in from your ancestors and from spirit. So the general energy here today is that, and I've been feeling this also, is to stay in alignment with what it is, with to stay in alignment with your purpose as you grow, right? The story of Atlantis is that they got too big for themselves, right? Like, so they had this nation, they had all this great technology, they were growing, booming, and then they got ahead of themselves and they forgot that their purpose was to serve others also, right? So they got kind of greedy. So um and I feel like this is an energy that can come up when, we haven't, you had a lifetime of not having a lot and now you have it, and you don't want to give it up, or you see a lot of people get stingy. I don't feel this in your energy. I feel this more of a reminder to keep the big vision, because this next stage of your life is a continuous fool's journey, right? So you're going to be constantly learning something, but you're going to be learning as you're teaching. And here it is, deep sea diving, right? Goes with this. Right underneath this is deep sea diving, where you know your job now in your purpose is to go the way of the mystic. Learn through experiencing. This is not just about reading a book. This is not just picking up something and knowing the knowledge. This is through you are now, just like um you learned everything that you needed to do to elevate and to step into this high vibrational to self that you are now, this face your shadow. You did all this through experiences. Well, your creative energy is also now through experiences. So you have to stay high vibrational. You have to stay in equilibrium. Is that the word? Yeah. I can't say it. Equilibrium. You have to stay balanced so that it's always an equal give and take, right? So that you're filling your cup and that there's enough, that when you have enough in your cup, that you're sharing it. But it's like, I see this as learn as you go, right? Learn as you go. Don't worry about um knowing everything. We're never going to know everything, right? And so sometimes we get stuck in we get stuck in not wanting to move forward because we feel like we have to read that next book. We have to know that next thing. You have to understand that next thing first. But you already contain you've done a lot of deep sea diving. You've already experienced a lot of things that others haven't, that others are getting to experience, and you have a lot of knowledge to share with other people. So it's time to learn as you go through your experiences. And one of the things um that came up is that you know that the earth is 71% water, right? And only 20% of the earth's ocean, and you are water, right? Because you're a Pisces. Only 20% of the earth's oceans have been explored, right? And you've been here for how many years already in your lifetime, right? This is Pisces after 40. So a lot of us have been here for over 40 years. And so imagine there's going to be, after your time here is done, like there's going to be a lot still left to explore. So imagine if you're just waiting to learn everything that there is to learn, you're never going to step into your purpose. So you have to deep dive, and learn through experiences and depths. You go by way of the mystic and you're going to intuit your way into your purpose, right? And your purpose as you go is going to switch. And that's where that's where the water codes come in. That's where the ancient wisdom and the intelligence the intelligence is within you. That's where that all comes in, right? All the things, as you clean up your energy, as you're cleaning up your diet, you're cleaning up your space, you are cleaning up your life and removing the people in your life that aren't aligned with you. All that starts to come in. All that ancient wisdom starts to be bestowed upon you, because now you are ready, because spirit believes that you're not going to go, you're going to keep the big vision. You're going to stay aligned as you grow, right? That's the goal. That's the goal of all this, is to stay aligned as you go. And I'm going to skip here to the last card here, because it says into the unknown, the underworld. Like, you've done this. This took courage. This takes courage to do. And there's, like I just said, the ocean is so deep and so vast that there's so much more to dive into. So you now have the courage that you need to keep facing any fears that come up, because although fear is false evidence appearing real, it's not that because you're elevated, you're high vibrational, or you're on this new journey that these old fears may not creep up. But it's like realizing that you're going into the unknown, but the unknown is a beautiful place to be, because this is where you are creating this um this vision and this life and this purpose that you're stepping into, where it's yours. It is your path. Like, the ocean is like, you may go to a part of the ocean where no one else has been, where no one else will go, right? Like I just said, the earth is 71% water, and only 20% of the ocean has been explored. So you may explore a part of your inner self, a part of the world that no one else has seen yet, and you're going to put your twist on it and your light on it. And this is why it's impossible to cheat this journey, right? It's impossible to cheat this path, because taking this path to get to your destined place, to your destiny, because when you go this way, your destiny cannot be replicated. Someone can try to copy you all they want to. They will never be able to replicate the knowledge and your purpose. They can come on, they can, I see here on YouTube a lot, like, people are copying other people's tarot channels and things like that. No, I mean, you can copy it, but you're not going to be successful doing that. This path is your path, and we all have our own, right? And we all have to step in to our own unknown and face our fears, so that we can truly step into the purpose that is ours. And so when we talk about destiny swapping, I think that more easily happens when you are not facing your fears, when you you don't know your worth yet, right? But once you know your worth and you are aware that you could be tempted, right? That, and you know that you need to stay in alignment, you're going, destiny swapping is just really not a thing. And something else that's really important, the water oracle here, your psychic abilities, right? So as you step into your journey, like you are aligning your your psychic abilities, like your visions that you have, and then you're acting on them. There's an action. It's like I said to you, right? Like I saw a vision of a snake, right? But I could keep that to myself and not say anything, right? And not act on it and not come here and not share it with you, not share that knowledge with you. Where there's something you're gonna know how to act on the visions, on your on the messages that you're getting through your psychic abilities. And a lot of that is going to come through gratitude, right? Appreciating what's sustaining you every day. You know, it's like having water, right? Like I keep saying it's no wonder you're a water sign. Pisces is a water sign because, you know, we don't realize, sometimes we don't know what we have till it's gone. You seem to know you don't know what you got till it's gone. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know what we have. And it's like, so I want you, Spirit wants you to appreciate what's sustaining you. And part of what is sustaining you now in this new journey are all the lessons that you learn, all the things, all the people that transgressed you, right? There's some appreciation for that, because if without that you wouldn't be where you are now. Now some of us might say, oh well, why do I have to go through all of this, right, to get to that? Why can't I just get to it without doing the work? I just told you, you cannot, if you get to your 10 of Pentacles without doing the work, how are you going to sustain it? Because you don't have the lessons to sustain it. And also, you don't have, you have missed a part of your journey that's going to lead you to your life's purpose. So how are you it's your life's purpose that sustains you in this generational wealth that you're creating. So appreciating every day as you get a download, as spirit talks to you and you're like, okay, thank you for that, right? Staying in gratitude will keep your psychic abilities open, because they will keep you high vibrational. They will, and also opening yourself up to hear what you're supposed to do with that information, because with these psychic abilities also, right, that you have, these gifts that are coming in for you that you've always had, that are opening up for you right now, it's not everything that you know that you share, right? So this is something that we all learned as a Pisces, right? Because if you are Pisces like me, if you were like me, you were that person that when you had a download, you didn't realize it was a download. You just thought this is something like everybody needed to know, and you were sharing with everyone, right? And either you found that your visions were being stolen, right? Destiny swap, or you found that people were just ridiculing you, right? But what we start to realize is that sometimes we have psychic abilities, our psychic abilities, and the action that we need to take is to pray for people and allow them to go through their lessons, because just like you've gone through your lessons, they need theirs so that they can step into their destiny. They can step in to their life's purpose if they so choose, that they can create and sustain their own generational wealth. You cannot do that for them. That's not something you can do. And then we have gentle force and bounteous, right? This is the sharing of your knowledge that you're meant to do. And I said this is the temperance. So be patient with yourself, right? Because you're not going to know everything. Absolutely not. Like, you're not going to know everything. So stop telling yourself that, oh, you should know everything. No, no one does. And when you are sharing your gifts, you share what you know. What you know is real for you. It may resonate with others, it may not. And if it doesn't resonate, they don't have to pick up what you're putting down. Maybe you're not meant to guide those people on their journey, right? Like we all have people that we are meant to guide on our journey, and it is our journey and doing our work and going through our lessons that helps us find those people that we are meant to help. We attract those people by going and staying and being authentic on our journey, right? So that we can give back and give generously as we fill our cups, right? And come together with our soul tribe. And I feel a lot of that happening for you now. And, especially with the bounteous and the cosmic ocean here, there's such a wide world. You have, you know, these new beginnings that are coming in for you. It's going to feel like a dream, truly, Pisces. It's going to feel like a dream for you. You have these future realities that you can't see yet, right? And so that's why we have here, you're going right now, you're going into the unknown, but this is going to require not just your psychic abilities, it's going to require trust and releasing your fears and just going and being open to the messages that are coming in for you and following the path, doing the course corrections. It doesn't mean that these new and switching, right? And stepping into a new beginning when that time comes. And only you will know when that time comes. And see, that's why people cannot copy your journey, because they don't know. And they say to you, they say, do not go out there and tell everybody what you're doing. And it's not because you're being secretive, it's not because you're being sneaky, it's because you are listening for your higher self. You are listening for your spirit team to talk to you. You are not looking outside of you anymore to see where your destined place is, where your destiny is, where your where you need to go shine your light. That is coming directly from spirit. And here we have the moon. This is the vice versa tarot, and at the bottom of this deck, I have on this side, I have this side of the moon, right? And you see the dogs are howling at the moon here. And I feel like some things are just meant for you. And this is you, the moon. Some things are meant to stay hidden. And Pisces, sometimes people look at you, and or people in the past have looked at you and said, oh my gosh, Pisces is such an open book, right? But once you got balance, and I see there's two dogs here, right? So I see the balance of you're finding the balance of your shadow and your light now. So even though you can appear to people to be the open book, if they cross you, if they come to you the wrong way, they don't know what they're going to get, right? And I think some people that are in your energy are starting to realize that hey, depending on how I approach Pisces, um it's how I'm going to, how is exactly how they are going to reflect back to me. If I approach them with darkness, I might get the sword. If I approach them with lightness, I'm gonna get a more of an emotional side of Pisces. And then I love this victory for you, right? And this side of the victory is that this side, and it's really interesting because the other side, the other reading, and that screen got stuck. In the other reading, you had that side of the Six of Pentacles, and I just wanted to the Six of Wands, right? Which is still victory, but it's like, you see how dark it is? Like it's like you had victory and you were leaving a place, and um there was a lot of jealousy. I feel a lot of jealousy here, a lot of like people that Although you were victorious, like people that weren't celebrating you, that really weren't for you. But look at this, that side. Look at this side now, right? Look at, like, it's like you're walking, like you're leaving a place where you were not being celebrated, and you're going into this new cosmic place where you're finding your soul tribe. And I've been talking about that. You're finding your soul tribe, and these people are going to celebrate you for who you are, and you're going to celebrate them for who they are. This is people, you're going to have people in your energy now who recognize you, and they recognize your abilities, and they respect your abilities. They respect you, and you respect them. And I'm looking at this. Some of them, I look like, it looks like blood over here. It looks like some of them are coming to you from battle, and they're coming to you for guidance on how they can to be victorious, not in jealousy, but because they see that you may be able to pave the way for them. And you may find those in the crowd that may be able, as you help them, that you're going to pave the way to your next journey, the next journey of your life's purpose. That's what I see for you, Pisces. Let's pull. I'm going to pull from this deck. I'm going to pull 4 cards, and we're going to clarify. Oh, Queen of Wands. Look at you. Beautiful. On your throne. Um, Very balanced. The sun is coming in. Your harvest. And then, they always, the Queen of Wands has a black cat. And they say, like, black cat, I've heard someone say that black cat energy is kind of like not caring what people think. You are not caring what you're not giving a care to what people think, right? And your strength with the lions here. This is a powerful energy for you that you're stepping. Oh, the Hermit. Yeah, so you're going to have times where, where you're going to have to go find your spot on top of the mountain, right? Because the Queen of Wands knows her worth. And so the Queen of Wands is not surrounding herself or himself with people that are not like-minded, right? And you're stepping into this time where I already said you're going to be finding your soul tribe, right? But we started this reading with the snake. So with the snake, you're going to have to shine the light so you can see clearly who's for you, because just because you're on this path where you have people that are celebrating you doesn't mean that there might not be a snake amongst them. And look at this. Right under here is the King of Pentacles. That King of Pentacles energy is you're grounded. Not just so you're beautiful, like you're in grounded energy. And you may, in this crowd, it's like you might find a King of Pentacles in this, someone who's a King of Pentacles, who's already grounded in stable, right? To help you stabilize yourself in this new place that you're arriving to. 9 of Cups. Emotionally balanced. And that's what Spirit is saying. Like, what you want to do is stay emotionally balanced. Make sure that your emotions, that your waters are always balanced, that you're feeding yourself, that you're not stagnant, right? Because when you become stagnant, the energy is not moving. So you need to flow. You need to be flowing. That's the way of a Pisces. Pisces needs to go with the flow. You're not going against the current. You're going with the current. And here's the Queen of Pentacles. I just showed you the King of Pentacles. So, it might be you. It might be you, and here's the King of Pentacles, right? From this other deck. And so it's like you might have your significant other with you that you are both, it's like you're both grounding. Some of you have someone with you in your energy that you're both grounding at the same time, building this 10 of Pentacles, this life and this energy, this generational wealth. Yep. Look at all the fruits. And the contrast between this is that it seems like daytime here, right? She's holding on to her pentacle, he's holding on to his. So it's like you're each coming with your pentacles and grounding each other. But the other thing is that I notice is that it's like it's daylight here and it's nighttime here. So you guys are mirroring each other and helping each other grow. Now, this could be a love relationship. This could be a business partnership. I don't know. It's going to be different for all of you. But this is beautiful. The Tower. What did I say? Didn't I say at the beginning that you are, unless you bring down the tower, right? The tower's upright. It's not falling apart anymore. Unless now when towers crumble now, it will be because that's what you want. And also, when you see like he's looking at the tower and you're teaching other people how to deal with their towers, the generations after you, because they still have some lessons to learn. You're the wise one here. You don't have towers. You're just watching others now. You're settled in your energy. The Ace of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Yeah, you have a gift. And it could be like there's a lot of passion, but you have boundaries too. So you're not just, see, that's what I said earlier. People don't know what they're going to get, right? It depends on how they approach you. The they may get the emotions, right? And I feel like all these queens here, there's the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles is on the table here. So I feel like all these queens, you were already, I feel like we're not seeing the Queen of Cups here because the Nine of Cups is here. So you've balanced yourself out, but you've balanced yourself out to know which one of these energies you're going to present and to who. Not everyone deserves to have this energy, right? Not everyone deserves to enjoy your pentacles. Not everyone deserves to enjoy your creativity. You're very, very, very selective. And I feel like things are moving, and like in this new timeline, as you stay here, is because of this energy, things are moving and growing quickly for you. Look at the water. It's so blue, right? And you have choices. Like you have choices. You're gonna have choices about where you want to be. Do you want to be in the greenery? Do you want to be on the mountain? Do you want to be on the city? You're going to have choices about your lifestyle. All right, Pisces, I'm going to pull an angel card to close this out for you. And look at this at the bottom of the deck, the Sun and the Fool, and the Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful energy. Remember, it's okay. It's okay to be on a fool's journey every day, learning something new. Stay in that energy and you'll never fail. And staying in that energy, Pisces, will bring you such happiness. Look at you, like a giddy child. You'll spend the days of your life in this energy, the rest of the days of your life. And it's going to bring you great fortune spiritually and materially. Okay, let's pull this and then I gotta close this out because I have to go to work. All right, angel card. Oh, there we go. What's the angel number? 919. You're ready to start a new chapter in your life. Be open to meeting new people. What did I say? This is about you meeting these new people in your life, coming into this new at these new beginnings for you, coming into these people that are now going to celebrate you. Your spirit team is celebrating you. But not just your spirit team, the people, your soul tribe is going to be celebrating you. They're going to be happy you're there. They're going to be happy for the knowledge that you are sharing with them. All right, Pisces, thank you for joining me. If you haven't checked out my podcast yet, called Destined Places, it's based on astrocartography. Please check it out. I am posting those a couple times a week on this channel. I may move it to a different channel as I see how it goes. Astrocartography has been a great part, has played a great part in my life, even when I didn't know it. It's pretty amazing. So, and you can pull your astrocartography chart for free. Check out the videos. They're short and they explain exactly. If you don't know what it is, you know, you can check out a few short videos that I've already posted that will help you figure out what your destined places might be. All right. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Let's keep weaving that dream together. Bye bye.